So good evening, guys. I'm here in this is a storage loft. So I'm out here, actually, this is the mobile loft I'm in tonight. You'll remember I did the lights in here. This is a group of birds gonna go that I'm gonna cut. These were mostly local giveaway birds. I'm not gonna breed from them. There's a couple in here that I bought that I am gonna keep. The rest I'm gonna pass on to other people, give them away here locally. So I'm out here in the mobile loft, and I want to show you a trick to help you keep external parasites off your birds. As most people know, if you don't take care of your pigeons properly, you will get red mites and feather louse on them. And most people, they just assume that red mites, feather louse, and other external parasites like that just damage the plumage of your pigeons. Now the reality is feather mites or feather louse and red mites actually do more than that. They will actually suck once they get infect your pigeons and they're carried on the plumage, they'll actually go to the skin and they'll suck the blood out of your birds, and they will zap the vitality out of your birds. So if you're racing in particular, they're going to lower the condition of your birds. So it's really important to make sure that you keep those external parasites off your birds. Now that being said, it's a lot of work if you have more than just a few pigeons to go through and handle them every couple weeks and make sure there's nothing on them and go through and spray them all. So here's the little trick. This was taught to me by a fairly well-known show breeder over 30 years ago. He was very successful, and what you do is you take a piece of window screen, and it's about 9 inches square, and you fold it into a triangle, and you basically make a little basket out of it, and you attach one side of the triangle up here, and then you also attach it up here. So this is in the top of the loft now, and what you do is you fold it over, so you basically make a little sealed basket, and you put mothballs in it. That's all that is. Now in the old days, mothballs, you always just got the bag of mothballs, and they were kind of powdery. There was all this powder, and they got everywhere, and it was kind of a pain, and you got the dust everywhere every time the birds flew. But in recent years, they've actually started packaging the mothballs in these little paper packets. So you can just fill that up, basically open it up on one side, fill it up with the mothballs, then fold it back over, and you've got a little contained basket. And though that's not gonna undo the need of spraying your birds for parasites every now and then and checking them over, it is going to help you a lot to keep those external parasites off your birds, because it does have a repellent factor to the external parasites. So this is a really good old trick. The guy I learned this from, he was a well-known show breeder. He was extremely well-known for having his pigeons in extremely good condition. And this is the trick I learned from him. I ended up getting a lot of his birds back in the late 80s when he finally gave up, when he got too old and retired. And one of the things I noticed in the loft as we were cleaning it out, I got the birds and the perches and all the hardware and all that stuff, and I noticed he had these little screen baskets on the rafters, and I went, "What are those for?" And he told me, and he said he put mothballs in them. And he said, and that's the only thing he did. He didn't go through and treat his birds, because we're talking back in the days of, really, really harsh chemicals, and a lot of people were very reluctant to spray their birds with harsh chemicals. So this was the method he used, was mothballs in a little screen basket. And it actually works really well. Eventually the mothballs will shrivel up, so you're going to want to replace them every couple months. But it's very low cost, it's very effective, and it will help you keep the red mites and the feather louse off your birds and prevent them from not only damaging your feather, but lowering the condition of your birds. So I just wanted to share this old trick with you as I was getting this starting to set this loft compartment up, and just added this new basket. So it's really simple. Just a square piece of window screen. You can get it at Home Depot for $10, a whole roll of it, $10. You can do a lot of lofts with it. One roll will probably do quite a few lofts. Bag of mothballs, These are lavender scented. They came from Home Depot. They were $10 or something, and there's quite a few in there. They come in these little paper pouches, and you basically just put a couple of those pouches in there, and that solves your external parasite problem. When you set it up for the first time, I do recommend go through, spray all your birds down good, get rid of the parasites that are on them. This is mostly just a preventative, but it will last for a couple months, and I think you'll be surprised by how well it works. So that is it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.